So let's just say we come in here and it's going to be my router's going down and up again. Why would this be happening? Let me, we'll go check my router again. Nothing is currently playing. That is a lie. It does. It should. I don't even know how to do any of this garbage. Time is it? It's 8:30. Probably. Well, there are some settings for this. Hold on, let me get through doing this error here before I get distracted. And this one we want host, which will be a schema.string. And we want a question type, which will be a subset of resource record. Is that not exported from here? Export interface resource record. Should be. And then in here we'll do type. Oh, we need it to be a schema, huh? So I guess we can go in here and just make a schema quick. We'll take these, yoink those, and we'll say export resource record type equals schema.literal. And we'll paste that in there. Do a little one of these guys. Comma down to the next line. Q at stop at Q. You can do that. And we'll jump back over here. And we can use that now, type. And then we want, what else is on there? Hostname, query. We can say It will be question type, name, DNS exception, host name. Okay, that's fine for me. I wonder why my internet... I hate my current internet provider. I want to get Google Fiber in the worst way, but they're not expanded into my neighborhood yet. We probably want this as well in here. And then in here, we want to say E not found. E not found, not enums. All right, that seems decent. So if we wanted to go implement this, let's just say we had a node DNS Resolver.ts, and we come in here. How do they end up implementing these things? Platform node, source, node file system, nope, node file system. They export a layer. So let's make this easy for ourselves. Back over here, let's go ahead and just say node, and we'll move that into there. And then they export like a layer. Did the song queue get back up and going? Yeah, it did. Okay, good. All right. So I want to do, let's go copy something like this, yoink that over here, and we'll just do a this will be layer.empty for now, and we'll expect an error, and this will be DNS Resolver, and we'll do just like @ts expect error. This might be too high up. Yeah. Cannot use namespace layer. Can I use? All right. So we'll want to do something like that, and we'll want to implement this using the node library. I am out of beverage here, out of my V8. I'm gonna go make myself a cup of coffee because I'm kind of tired this morning. I will be back in like, and Winnie's trying to get out of the office too. I'll be back in like 4 to 5 minutes. Let me throw on something entertaining in the interim. Actually, YouTube, there was, oh man, I just got shit on my screen by splashing that. I'm an idiot, chat. Simplifying forms with effect. Let's go. It's a good one. All right, I will be back after I get this coffee made. How's that for perfect timing? Sorry. Didn't realize. I thought I tried to get it right. Oh God. Sorry, chat. That probably just got really loud. I'm so sorry. OBS like stickied the audio bar to my mouse, and when I went to move it, it said yoink. What are we listening to? Oh, Diane Wood. That makes sense. All right, so let's say we want to come in here and we want to create one of these. How do they normally do this in... Let's see here. Let's go look at this layer here. Internal.layer. Sure. Layer.effect make file system. So let's go over here and we'll say, we're just going to do this all in one file right now. We're going to say const make DNS Resolver. And this is going to be a effect.gen function star service options file system.make. These are all just tag.of error.bad arguments. Antword. Dionvort. Thank you. Listen, I have a disability as an American. We've been over this a lot of the time. Exactly, no. All right, let's go. Let's start with just one type at a time. So let's start with resolve IPv4. And we'll come in here, yeah. And we'll say const resolve IPv4 is going to be a function. We need this to be a function actually. What is the right way to do this? I always forget the syntax. Yeah, there we go. We want this will take a host name, and we can iterate on this. So let's start with this. Let's get that implemented. And we'll come back over here, and we'll go to node DNS Resolver, and we'll import I need to find that EffectTS. What happens if I do that? Resolve the error, no exception. I wish that TypeScript didn't. I want to just get the error type. Error return type. And then we need type of resolve IPv4. And then we can say declare const x is an underscore, and then we can x dot, all right. So we need to be able to map this into a not found error. Hold on. It should be. This thing should be able to support a good bit. Like if we go look at the config here, how do I want to do this? I said like this. Nope, I just did something random. Let's go to config, and we go up. I forget where this is located. I think it's probably in .config. Yeah, twit. Config.toml. Oh, look at that. I forgot we wrote the cloak configuration to blur my token. So down here we have Twitch emotes, better TV, Twitch TV emotes, 7 TV emotes, Franker Faces emotes. They should all be true. Like they should be working. Are the emotes that you're showing different? What is the keybind? I always forget my keybind to switch. Select next split. To the right. So that is what? Option, command. Yeah, there we go. So we do twit, enter. Like it should work. All right, I want to like dig into the EffectTS implementation here. See, now there's a miss. I wonder if it's because it disconnected or something. All right, so that's how that works. Tag impl.access, which is going to be, I want to go back to node file system in here, handle bad argument. So they effectify, and so effectify the first argument. This is so confusing. Effectify takes a function on error, on sync error. Okay, I see what's happening. I see what's happening here, chat. And this is a immediately invoked function expression. Animation don't work? Well, we win some, we lose some. All right, error handle no exception. I think we probably want to do something like this. I'm guessing that's what happened to Kraut. So we create a system error, which comes out of platform system error. So we can do that. Handle bad argument. And that comes from, all right, let's see if we can use this. It'd be interesting if we could get that imported. Const x equals, let's get rid of some of this stuff. And we'll delete to there for now. All these errors are distracting. Can I get this imported? I don't really want to handle. I think I'm just going to copy and paste that for now. Eventually, if this gets into platform, we can potentially we'll switch to importing, but let's come in here and just say platform for now. This will be stuff we get. Oh, that's not what we wanted. Error.ts. And we can hopefully get this stuff from, yeah. I don't want to get that from bun. Let's see here. Platform error, we don't need that. Path like, there we go. Probably. I haven't been paying attention to what has been playing. So we definitely don't need path like. Handle error no exception. Path or descriptor. I don't think we need that. New system error. Maybe we do. What is path like? String buffer URL. Okay. So how do I use this then? All right, so let's say we come in here and we say we have resolve v4, and then we give it handle that, and we need to then give it the other one, which was handle bad argument. So let's copy that, go over here, throw that there. This is going to be DNS Resolver. And that gets imported. Where's error from here? Platform error. Yeah, we can update that. So we'll just say at TS ignore for now, or expect error to do update module type. I wonder if this is a schema. It's gonna be a schema, isn't it? Yep. So we're just gonna modify this for now. In fact, we can probably, I wonder if it's worth, just pulling effect and working out of effect to do this. Maybe it is worth just working out a effect repo. I'm kind of leaning towards making a fork of effect and working out of it. Yo, Maxwell. Actually, the man, the myth, the legend. So I'm working on making this effect DNS Resolver, and I would like to make it for platform. Should I like fork the effect repo? Right now I'm in my own.
It's so hot in here. Ugh.
I feel good in here.
Ugh. Sorry. I just needed my work laptop. We'll leave now.
Wait, I'm Mandela affecting myself. Does he always wear a hat? I don't. If I wake up and take a shower in the morning, which is normally never because I wake up late, I won't wear a hat. But if my hair is super crazy, which it is because I have
you should see his hair when he wakes up. It's
relatively longish hair. I mean, not long hair. I don't know how to describe it.
It's long on the top.
Sure.
You got wild hair in the morning, though.
Yeah.
It's always really funny. That's mine. Take.
Yeah, that's all right. That's what I'll do that, Maxwell. I guess like for adding things to platform. Like, what is the process to go through that? Like, what do you guys want to see out of a DNS? Like, is DNS Resolver something you want? Is there a bigger vision for DNS stuff inside platform? Yeah, I guess, like, what are you guys looking for, and how can I help? All right. All right, we'll work on that then. So let's do a git pull. I need to look at my git origin here. What is it? Git origin list? I never remember these. What is it? Git remote. Set origin. I just want to see what the value is. Git remote show origin. All right, that looks like it's pointing towards. Yeah, I need to fork, and then let's just go here and we'll do rf effect. The only tricky thing is if you're planning on using the node version of your DNS module bindings for the you'll write the code. Yeah. Although I think Bun might have, I think I was looking at this the other day. Bun might have its own DNS stuff, and I would write it. I can't remember. Where's the API? DNS. Yeah, Bun has its. Oh no, I guess it does use. Bun implements. Okay, well, this looks like it has different. Okay, it just. Okay, never mind. Disregard. Yeah, Bun just uses that. And does Deno do the same thing? Deno. Network. Resolve DNS. Okay, so they have their own little API. So we'll use shared node for Bun and node, and then we'll write a separate one for Deno. This is a much nicer API. We should look at that. All right, let's get the repo forked correctly here. Maxwell, do you know if you guys have types for like IP addresses anywhere, or like what is it, like kosher to use schema for like parsing IP addresses? Would you rather cast to prevent the parsing at that level of the library? Oh, okay, that's dope. Let me go delete my. I know I have a fork of effect somewhere in here. I guess I could just sync it, but we're just gonna delete it. Get a clean start. Do you want IP types? Like branded IPv4, IPv6? All right. All right, let me clone this. What the hell just happened? I want to set the remote upstream. Do you guys like have dev off a particular branch or anything? All right, sounds good. Upstream. Set remote upstream. Git. Yeah. Oh, right. All right. Nice. All right, let's get this stuff copied over. Git remote -v. All right, so let's go ahead and go into, we probably have to do a big old install here. Let's quit out. Yeah, everyone just quit, it's fine. Actually, I know I do need to fix one thing in this just reminded me that I've been wanting to fix all weekend in my NeoVim config. Give me 1 second, chat. We're gonna fix this quick in my keybinds. Do built-in packages use spans? Sometimes they do. I know like the HTTP stuff does. I'm looking for, what am I looking for? Diagnostics. This is occasionally failing. Like that right there. One of diagnostic or count must be specified in options to Vim diagnostic jump. So really, I think we want to wrap this in a P call. Protected call. All right. I think that'll fix the problem I'm having. All right, change into effect. And I don't know what package manager, they use PNPM. Do I have PNPM installed? I do. All right, so we can, let's see here, build test. All right, is there a contributing doc? Setting up your environment, check out branch, install. Okay. Sure. Okay. So then let's go into packages and we'll go to platform and we'll go into source and we'll add DNS Resolver .ts. We'll add that. File system. Worker, HTTP. We'll just put everything in DNS Resolver for now. So let's go back over here and let's grab this stuff we've made already. We should definitely grab these. And we can throw that over here. Convert, fix all, auto fixable. I just want to add all the imports. Right, we don't have those. I don't know why this is upset. We're just gonna write that and we're gonna quit all. And we're gonna go back in. See if this thing's got its life together. In fact, we can just go into packages and then platform and we'll just vim from this directory and source DNS Resolver. Okay, what is this upset about? Is this ESLint? 10. Do I have... I need a way to disable conform. Does anyone know if you can just disable conform? Because right now biome is running and it's reformatting stuff for me that I don't want. Like, can I just disable? Yeah. Is that going to be under like a wiki or something? There's no wiki recipes, facts. Where's recipes? Advanced topics. Recipes. Here we go. To toggle format on save. All right. Let's go add that. Because I actually need this often for work too. Do I have that in under LSP? I should really just move conform out into its own thing. Let's actually do that. Conform dot Lua. And then we'll go in there. Return. Down here. Throw that in there. All right. And that should actually be in the help docs. Command, right? Auto. Whatever, we'll just do it this way. Create user commands. I wonder if I have to make these functions. Because I probably have to do the same thing here, right? Like these probably have to become async true default format ops. In fact, I probably don't need that turned on. What's the difference between format after save and format on save? If this is set, conform will run the formatter on save. If this is set, conform will run the formatter asynchronously. Yeah. So it sounds like this can also be a function. Yeah, and ESLint, especially in the code base at work, is dog water slow. All right, so where was that? All right, back to conform. The recipes, format command. Here we go. Why do you use ESLint? We use ESLint. We're migrating off ESLint. I migrated our big API mono repo with my buddy Elliot, who's on the SvelteKit team. We migrated the API repo, so like all our microservices, we migrated that to Biome. And then the Next.js app, like our front end app, is still on ESLint. And like I've talked about this a little bit before, but our lint time in the API repo that we migrated, it went from like, I can't remember if it was 7 or 9 minutes of lint time in CI/CD for the whole repo down to like 7 seconds. All right, so let's turn this into a function here. In fact, default format options, we can probably just make this a function, right? Does it need, it doesn't even need a name. And it takes a buffer number. And then we'll do where's the, here we go. How long until we can use Biome for everything? Like in TypeScript or for like every language? What do you, Biome is pretty much there. Like I would use Biome, like Biome 2's out now and the like query language is built in. I'm getting screwed by ESLint, Maxwell. You guys got to support Biome. And Oxlint. ESLint is gone with the wind. If vim.g.disable auto format or vim.b, so the local buffer number dot disable auto format, then return, and otherwise we'll return. I don't think I need to give it to, I wish I could disable individual formatters, but it's fine. I mean, Vercel is completely migrating off of ESLint. That's not true anymore with Biome 2, Maxwell. They have, what did they call it? They called it like GQL, GridQL. You can write your own rules and stuff now. It's really good. Probably with GridQL. Dude, this is so annoying. Because, like, disabling is not even, like, what I want. I guess it'll pick up the LSP. I guess this is what we want. Actually, now that I think about it. Because we'll let the ESLint LSP do it. All right. Let's see how that ends up working.
Functions describe the world.
Do you use conform, Maxwell? Swap to LSP format. I'll look into it later. Let me just see if this got me to where I want to be here. So like in here, I should be able to come in here and say conform disable. And then I should be able to do this. Oh my God. What is happening? What is doing this? Is it VTSLS? It's when I, oh, I see. If I run format, it'll hit conform or biome, I guess. All right, I can deal with this. I think I might have that setting configured. Oh, LSP format is the fallback. All right. So let's, I'm gonna just start by using some namespaces in here to help me stay organized. So let's const namespace, and we're gonna do we'll do resource record, I guess. So not const namespace resource record. And in here, let's just get all of this inside that namespace. Oh my God. I'm gonna lose my shit. There, I disabled it for now. We'll deal with formatting at some point. So let's get our IP address over then. And we'll copy that. Move you to the top. Okay. I hate TypeScript ESLint. Yeah, I will. I'm using it as a means of organizing at the moment, Maxwell. I'm not keeping this. We don't need this anymore. Can I just ESLint disable? Thank you. All right. This should now be, yeah. All right, so we've got the resource record, we've got that, and then let's copy over the last thing, which was the DNS Resolver. And we have some errors in here. Yoink that. Go into, back into here, and we'll just put this down here. And again, we'll just group it for now into a namespace, so everything's separated a little bit. Okay. Starting to get somewhere here. All right, I want to go look at that Deno interface again. I kind of liked it. Resolve DNS. Query. It's like kind of a nice API. I mean, we could have... What's the first overload here? I don't see how that's different from the... Oh, this is just... I see. It's narrowing the type based on the discriminator. That's actually not bad. What do we want for the API? This doesn't have everything we want, right? We want to be able to do like reverse lookups. We want to be... This is where like... I kind of was liking the API from that Rust one, right? Hickory. Yeah, that's what it was called. Hickory. No, this wasn't it, was it? Node.js. I think we built one ever so. npm DNS Resolver. Just want to get a sense for what APIs are out there. I don't care about doing servers right now. I just care about... Yeah, I don't care about servers. DNS query. In the browser. Query, question. I do kind of like the idea of using a question. That's like close to the spec. We could have a generic query and then build off the query as like the foundation for all of the other ones. Oh shit, ResolveTXT does not support TTL results? Oh, dude, that's annoying. Is that true? Oh, it doesn't. That's annoying, chat. So does that mean we want to end up writing syscalls ourselves, maybe? I know that people hate Node's DNS stuff, and this must be why. There's like articles on this too. Node DNS. There's something problematic about DNS lookup where like it says it's async, but it's actually sync or something. The call to DNS lookup will be asynchronous from JavaScript's perspective. It is implemented as a synchronous call to get adder info, 3 that runs on libuv's thread pool. This can have surprising negative performance implications for some applications. And that's where the problem lies. By default, there will only be 4 threads available for each node process. Because libuv's thread pool is a fixed size, it means that if for whatever reason these take a long time, yeah. The implications are that, as the text says, seemingly unrelated API calls might start to fail because of a race condition during the hostname resolution. I remember reading about this before. So maybe we want to take some inspiration from this package. C forks. Excellent. Very good. Four years ago, 2 years ago, 6 months ago. This is probably a decent one to look at. So how do you implement? All right, before we dive into this, we should probably finish this article. So he's in better details all the points addressed so far, blah, blah, blah. I think this is the article I wanted. I'm still using Arc right now. Sorry, NC is actually name service cache daemon, a daemon that provides a cache. maybe this isn't. All right, let's just see what they're doing in implementation here. Is there a lookup symbol map? Constructor resolve lookup. What up, Siyosh? I'm just kind of reading code right now. I want to add a DNS resolver to Effects platform package, and before I really start writing a lot of code, I kind of want to settle on like an interface and an API for it. And I'm just trying to figure out like what other packages are doing. There's some like gotchas in Node.js DNS. So we're just exploring some other implementations. Purge cache. Stock constructor. Okay. All right. So they end up calling to a resolve 4. All right, let's look at the resolve 4. This dot resolve, sync resolve. DNS over HTTPS, okay. Where did that result come from? This dot query. Where does that happen? I just want to see how they're actually doing the query. Query. What the? God damn it. Here we go. Async query. P wait for. I don't know what a DOH. That's some sort of decoder. DNS over HTTPS make packet. So do we copy the implementation of that? Let's see here. Package. So this must be over TCP. Or TLS, excuse me. Oh boy, we could get really in the weeds here. Hmm. It's really annoying that the default node implementation doesn't return an object for TXT records. Like, that's actually really, really annoying. Like, that doesn't have the TTL on it, and that is something I absolutely want. Which means that we're probably going to have to write this all ourselves, which is going to be a lot more work. Oh man. Okay. That's all right. We can do it. We can do it. Dude, that's so annoying. Why would they do this? Is there a way to get to implementations of the C++ code for this stuff? History. I can't believe we're getting ready to do this. I'm going to dive into C++ code and V8 code. All right. Node.js. GitHub. I just want to look. This feels like a bad idea. I really don't want to write C++ bindings, though. I've never written C++. Where's the libj? Does this have... I can't tell if this is like the interface. One lookup. Well, the problem is I would have to write the bindings in effect, and I doubt that they would want me writing... One lookup all, create lookup promise, lookup, I want the resolve, this dot resolve. I want that resolver map, resolver today, reflect apply. All right, so that we probably were at the right place the first time because I had like a default resolver in it. Where was DNS in here? Lib DNS. Get adder info. All right, so that's where they're calling. What about when they do just resolve? New resolver, function resolver. Harmony, no, this isn't it. Where does this come from? Class resolver, here we go. Resolver base, class resolver base. Some sort of channel, I don't know what that is. We can figure that out. I'm just curious if the resolver, the resolve function is doing, basically I want to determine if the internal implementation of Node.js's DNS.resolve is doing DNS over HTTPS. If that is, then we're just gonna essentially write our own DNS over HTTPS. Set servers, set local address. Did this just, yeah, here we go. Set servers, set local address, resolver. Okay, deserialize, initialize DNS. Resolver keys, get default resolver. Is this all inside the parent function right now? Create resolver class. Turn resolver. Proto null. DNS callback. It's got to be this one, right? Function query. Here we go. Query request wrap. Okay. Where does query request wrap come from? Internal binding, cares wrap. How do I get to that? Bootstrap realm. I want to find the implementation of this thing. Where is the impl for what is cares wrap? Yeah, the source cares wrap. Dude, do this for me. Oh boy, some C++. Set constructor function. Okay. Query request. It's probably whatever this thing is. QRW query. Static void query. No, go back. I was at the right spot. Where does this value function is make lazy constructor inherit async wrap get constructor target. Copilot, teach me how this works. How does this work? Yep. Yep, that's fine. Makes a new template that inherits from async wrap, which is Node.js base class for objects that deal with asynchronous work. This means instances of query request wrap in JS will have the capabilities. Okay, that's fine. So we want to look at async wrap, right? Async wrap, that's the header. V8. Teach me about how V8's async wrap works. Okay. This doesn't fully.
Speaks the gospel of the camel.
How
I
is
speak the gospel of the dunes.
Nodes
The sand is in my
DNS
veins.
resolve
Come ride a camel with me today.
function implemented? Over UDP or TCP. Okay. Is that the same as DNS over HTTPS? How would you implement resolve from scratch using Node and TypeScript. Yeah, this is what we're going to have to end up implementing, chat, I think. What up, Dan? Thanks for the sub, buddy. Oh yeah, this will actually be kind of fun. I don't know what dgram is. What is dgram? Providing an implementation. Okay, datagram protocol. Oh, dude, we're gonna learn so much stuff doing this. All right, I think that's what I want to do. Is we're gonna write our own DNS resolver from scratch and not even use the Node DNS stuff because it's susceptible to DDoS attacks and it doesn't return us all the information we want. So we're going to do that. We're going to implement RFC 1035. We going raw. All right. We will dive into that tomorrow. This is going to turn into more of an adventure than I thought, but it's going to be a learning experience for all of us. I'm not building a DNS server. Or client, just a resolver. I will still hit, like, I'll probably use, I don't know which one I'll use by default, but it'll be there to override. I am still using yeah. This was already answered, and that's not a question. I'm dumb. All right, who is streaming that I follow? Unit of time. I don't even know who that is. Maxwell. Here we go. Effect team core member. Go show Maxwell some love. I'm going to be hanging out here. All right, chat. We'll be back tomorrow, and we're going to jump into implementing RFC 1035 and doing a DNS resolver from like actual scratch.